Sweet. Okay, this is the reason I marked how I marked today because but then I put it higher since zero today. So you guys will probably, I'll be in here for how long you want me to be. Don't worry. It's gonna be quick. I mean, I'm gonna just talk about this real quick. I want to just quickly go over your guys' journals. I want to do this a little bit more often. All right. Any advice, RC, or all good? What is this guy talking about? Um, I don't trade. I don't want to give advice on something I don't trade, sir. um. Okay, so let's start off with zero, 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 zero. Okay. Um. Is this from yesterday, zero?
Which one?
Oh shoot! I'm not even sharing my screen.
I don't know.
Embarrassing. All right. So let me just start this over again. Went over here. Stan tagged me, asking me if this is all good. Honestly, this is a good trade. See, this is a perfect. He actually took a perfect supply and demand zone. Now, if I were to draw a rectangle, and I would literally put my resistance basically. You see this, right? So can I
Mhm.
zoom in anymore? No, I can't. Basically, on top of that wick, basically, I think that's where his entry is. No, his end. I don't know what the dotted line is. Anyways, where his dotted line is actually a little bit on top, to be honest. I would basically mark that as resistance, and I'll put my stop loss to basically um, somewhere between either that green wick right there, the tip of that green wick, or the body somewhere over here. Uh, Honestly, I kind of am having hard time seeing where all the wicks will be touching, but roughly that's a good supply demand area. In other words, support and resistance. Because every time we came close, I mean, his dotted line. Let's just take that as resistance and or support. Every time we came to it, we neglected it. We either bounced or rejected. Right? You could see it came up, drop, came up, drop. Since we got past it, retest, push back up. That's again supply and demand, support and resistance. It's the same shit. It's all about perspective. It's all about exactly what aspect you're looking from. Now, so any advice? All good. Peep this video. God damn. Um. Jeez, bro. Zero. Let's talk about your charts. I want to first go over your stuff. Um. This chart, is this from today or from yesterday? It's from
This I just marked this out because I was kind of in the mood to FOMO into a trade for no reason, but I didn't take this. If you scroll up, I took Nasdaq longs. Yeah, I took this.
okay.
So of the top purple zone,
Okay.
that was my entry.
You don't you don't want to put your typically, right? Typically when you have these massive candles push up and came back down, we came down to here.
Yeah.
And then with the next big candle up, meaning that we push back up. So it literally was like this, and I'll draw it, but that's exactly how I see it. So then at market opening, we basically had to come back where your bottom level is basically where I would have put my zone, but if we could have got it from the double bottoms, which I'm pretty sure it did, because the way I see it, I'm gonna be kind of like pushing like hardcore support and resistance, and also a good chunk of supply and demand concepts to you guys as well. And I think yes, it might be confusing you guys a little bit in the start, but I really, really think this could advance your guys trading, and I want to, because you guys have been looking at me, try to trade like me, and now I want to make your trading to the best as possible. All right, so close. Yours is definitely, your bias was good. You're able to form a bias zero. However, uh, instead of having two, I don't really agree with this one. The bottom zone, I don't really see much. Maybe you wanted to basically see What was resistance, 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 and now you want to see its support. It's very confusing where you wanted to basically see it hold. I know in this case you have the arrow here, but it's very confusing. Were you expecting it to here, or you were just kind of very unsure in the beginning? Which I get it. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to say, speak boldly. Um, do you want to talk or defend
Oh,
whatever?
yeah, no. So at first I was just marking like what I saw. Like as soon as I get on the charts, I just mark down what I see at first, and then I kind of refine it. So the
Okay.
top line, that's where I really wanted to see it hold. Like the bottom one was there just because I marked it out originally, but I didn't mean anything of it.
Okay.
I would say. So the top
Just
one was really where I wanted to see it happen,
okay.
and yeah, the zone was a bit too high. But you see that big wick, that big doji candle, the red one.
You talking about
Yeah, that one.
okay.
So I didn't actually think it could go below that wick. So that's why I had my zone in that sort of wick range. Acorn actually had it near that double bottom, and he had like an entryway better than mine. And I did tell him that he did the right thing, and it's what I should have done. Have my entry near that double bottom.
Okay.
So I did
Wait,
notice that after it happened.
how was Acorn trading Naz today? He was in school with me.
Oh wait, shit, not Acorn. Who's the other guy?
Bonfire.
Yeah, Bonfire. I think it was. Was it?
All right. That's all good.
I'm just watching. I'm brushing my teeth.
That's good. Oh, Stan. By the way, bro,
Yeah, it was.
you saw the
Yeah.
comment, right? Alright.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say? All good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the video tomorrow. My bad.
Okay. Yeah. Since I already talked about it,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna repeat myself, and I want to try to keep this video short. I'm also on a time crunch.
Wait, are you filming now?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Oh. Hi, YouTube. Alright. I'm gonna just mute and watch you guys.
All right. Yeah, I want to give this moment to actually like give you guys real live critiques, right? Kind of like a post market reflection. And then I mean, I know I needed those, and I still need those so badly till this day. Whenever I'm wrong, that's all I crave. I don't care about being right. I just either want to be rich or I want to learn where and why I was wrong and why it costed me. And that's exactly how I do my taxes. If I'm wrong, it's a fucking expense. It's a business expense. Um, did Ash post anything? She did not. So I can't. People who don't post in here, I can't. There's nothing for me to see. There's no data for me to analyze. Edits trading. Hey, let's not. This is going to YouTube. Don't know who that is. It's okay.
That was my brother already. Sorry for that.
It's all good. It's all good. I don't understand edits, and you can type it. I get it that you can't talk. I don't get it. I would prefer if you can type over here in your own channel since I'm looking at it, and I don't have to switch channels for the sake of convenience. I don't understand where you took a $500 loss because this one basically seemed like you had got out, I want to say, with $6 in the red. Was that not right? Or you got out right there and break even. So I don't understand because I saw opportunities for shorts, and I don't understand exactly what you did afterwards. And I know
I read his earlier. And he said he didn't record after that trade because he didn't think he would take another one, but then he took another one and then he lost, but he just didn't record it.
okay, so that's fine. So edits, if you feel comfortable,
Yeah.
what did you take after? And we all been there, right? We're like, okay, fuck, bias was wrong. Wanted it to see short, then it didn't happen. Then now it's gonna happen. Next thing you know, she pumps up again, and that probably is what had happened to you. Kind of just thinking about it now, but if that's the case, really nothing to say. I'm just trying to just figure it out. All right. Jeez, is she gonna get on before I pull out my charts, bro? Um, Sweet. All right. So we already talked about zero. We did not talk about edits yet. Um, hey, Solus. This is just like me critiquing, kind of like a post reflection, right, of trading for Nas today. I think today honestly was on a better side of days, but I where's edits? I took shorts recording. Okay, so I get it. So that's kind of what I thought, right? Yeah, you wanted to see it dump at first, you didn't get it first, so then you try to chase it next, and then she literally repeated what happened in New York opening, which was that nasty push up. So I get it. But looking at this video, and man, I'm gonna show you my charts too. This looks really, actually, it doesn't really look bad, but it looks just a little odd in my opinion. But here, I want to. Somebody left. That's fine. I want to jump on my charts, right? Um, I mean, it doesn't matter whether you use US 100 FXCM, which is the second one once you type NAS 100, or the Black Bull markets. They're all really good, brother. Really, right?
Oh man, I back there. Oh no. Oh man.
Hey,
I'm secretly
let's not talk.
GTA lover.
Let's not talk
Oh, my-
unnecessary, please. Um, but let me just rewind it again. Don't matter, Black Bull markets or FXCM. That's not really that much of a difference. But this is why I always want to keep it a little bit zoomed out, and I just want to just read it, right? I just want to be patient. I want to grab my little marker, see what happened. Remember yesterday, every time we came up, push down, came up, push down, came up, push down, came up, push down. Now we're slowly curling our way back to the north, right? Back to the top. So now really we have to, and now that we got this massive bullish candle up, that means that, I mean, whatever perspective you want to look at, whether it's supply and demand, the fact is that we got supply up there, demand has to be somewhere down here, because that's what that massive candles mean, that you're getting a supply, but where's the demand area? And then from a support and resistance perspective, which again, it's not far off, guys, but all this means is that if we got a massive candle up, we want to see it hold somewhere, and I'm going to use my rectangle because this is exactly how you're supposed to use it. We want to see it basically hold something in this area, right? Hold something in this area, because that's exactly what that massive green candle said. But here's the thing: as soon as we broke this area, what was resistance for so long, right? We came back up. Yes, we did wick it, that red wick. But then she came down and she was holding here. And then she pushed up. She didn't, whether she did create a higher high or whether she was at a standstill. Yes, if she was at a standstill, kind of why I get why some of you guys were like, okay, well, we could hold resistance there, right? I get why edits mistook this as a resistance area or zone. I get it. I really do. But you have to actually understand everything that's happening. Now, you have very limited data to work with, meaning that if you scroll any more to the left, well, it's not going to be any data present because we're dealing with all-time highs, but that's fine. But you have to understand that at market opening or even pre-market, we wanted to basically test this area right here. Okay. So, really, let me keep that purple box. Really, if you just look at what happened pre-market, right? So again, with my time zone, you guys have to remember 6:15 to 6:30 is the pre-market. 6:30 my time is New York market opening. Yes, we did come up. I believe you had literally entered just a few seconds shy of market opening. As soon as she came up, actually, no, you entered after. You opened after the bubble. She shot up. You entered for short, and you wanted to basically see it coming crashing down. I've done that a few times, so I don't blame you. Honestly, I really don't, because that's kind of the consequences and the difficulties of trading all-time highs. That where do you really want to mark a TP? Honestly, TP for me would be anything above this blue line. I just because anything above that, it could, and I've seen it so many times, anything above that can hold resistance. It's just shorting it has more of a risk than longing it. Unless if we already come crashing down below support. And if we come below this, then yeah, you want to take a short. You see, because if we break below this, the bottom of this zone, then we're back into this channel as resistance. And then at that point, you could literally see it flush. It's supposed to be a, like an arrow, guys. Like an arrow, like that arrow. All my arrows are shitty. But to take a short up here, very, very, very risky. Surprisingly, and I was looking at this live, I was awake in my bed, of course, doing my markups and everything. I was not expecting her to actually go above this. No particular reason that I put a line or put my rectangle there. No, it could be like that. I honestly just been looking for NAS the past few weeks, almost a month and a half. Price action, did not want to, and I put on a 1 minute time frame. And if you were trailing your, let's say you entered down here, right? Let's say you entered exactly at, I think it was 620, 624. If you did enter here, you would have been probably stopped out because you would have been trailing your entry aggressive. And I don't blame you. That's like 20 points from the initial support zone. And maybe sometimes she also likes to wick it. That's where, you got to be strict and just transparent with yourself. Are you happy with walking away safe, protecting your account, or do you want to walk away with very, very, very little cash? For me, that's always going to give me a peace of mind. Yes, it makes me want to shake my head, of course, nod a little bit here and there, but here's what exactly had happened is that we literally broke it. Now, I'm not surprised that we literally broke it by, let's say, 27,925 is peak. We broke it by 15 points. That's very, very typical. If we break it, it's not going to be a massive push-up, but on US 30, that's a completely different story. You could have 100-point rippers. So, edits, I want you to understand that, brother. If you were trading US 30, those same situations, you would have a nasty ripper. Nasty ripper. That's how risky. That's what I mean when I say risky. Like, that's a blown eval. That's a blown funded right in just few seconds. And I've had that happen. I've blown my accounts just in fucking seconds just because of that annoying bullshit. With NAS though, I think this is where you had entered, right? You probably had entered right here. No, it was a little bit lower, I know, because you were like halfway between both. And she tried to, of course, I'm gonna say that you could have manually closed out, rather than just dropping hard TPs. I don't 100% agree with hard stop loss, but man, it could save you so much. And I really, really admire those people who do that because that saves your account. If you use a hard stop loss, you have the pure intention of coming back tomorrow, regardless of where you put it, right? That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. But you don't want to limit yourself on TP, and you limited yourself today, bro. Even though she just wicked you by like a milli point, right? Like a 0.01 of a point or 0.001 of a point, but you got wicked out, brother. You really did. And that one, I don't remember how much you were up at TP, but even if you just closed it when she was retracing back up, even if that was like 3, 4, 5 points back, like up here, right? I still would have closed that, man. I would have hit the X button. I do that a lot. I'm being honest. I do that a lot. Now, a lot of people are like, sometimes, well, she was retracing a little bit just to dump. Very, very, very similar to basically what had happened at opening today, right? Now, she was going up. She did retrace a little bit, but that's exactly what I was just telling you guys. I don't care. I will always prefer to keep my account safe, even if that means just a few dollars in the green. And you always have to remind yourself, you just have to, do you rather be $2 in the green for the day, or rather do you be down negative 200 on the day? And it's never negative 200. It could easily spiral to lost evals, lost funded, negative 2000, negative. For me, fuck, it could be negative 200K. And the answer is no, I don't. I don't want to be in the red, not even a damn penny, just to answer that question. So, I think I honestly like US 30 a little bit more, but this was a damn good setup. Again, price action, just gonna say it straight up, has been fucking shitty on NAS 100. Really, really, really bad. It's nice though to see that she wicked it, and I mean, you got the push up, which not really expected from Nas. I bet she was just really choppy in the process, but I don't have the patience to ever hold Nas for that long. She's way too choppy. US 30 on the other hand, I was just back testing, so excuse that. US 30 on the other hand, I wanted to. I actually got in this motherfucker a little bit early this morning. I got in pretty early. So when you zoom in charts like this, or zoom out, you can easily see that we were consolidating here, but we came down, pushed up, came down, pushed up, came down, came up. So we wanted to hold something right here. That's how supply and demand and old school support and resistance works, man. This is a gem, okay? And the fact that we came up, came down. Really the same story with Nas, right? If I just zoom out, we're curling our way, right? Came up, came down, 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 came up, came down. Massive candle up. Very, very, very similar story. Came up, nasty wicks, came down. I don't really like to mark all these little candles, right? I don't like to do this. It just confuses me. It's bullshit. I care about the higher highs, the higher lows, and that's all the only thing that matters. And that's exactly what can help you form your bias. Now, higher high, higher, well, then I have to include that wick too, right? So higher high, higher low, higher high, sure, lower low, but that's when we had few nice candles. Let me just measure it from this wick to that wick. Easy, almost 200 points. So yeah, kind of did look like we could have been bearish because you had a lower low, sure. But then when you have a nice push like that, you're like, okay, fuck, we're gonna be bullish on the day, right? My bias was already formed the moment I saw that we got basically above these wicks. Now, taking my, and I need to just keep this motherfucker there. Just keeping my rectangle. I honestly wanted to see it hold right here. Really, really, I know that's 38 points of a stop loss from my support, sure, but I really, really, really wanted to see it. Yes, I was in slight drawdown. Actually, that almost looks to the wick, but no, I did enter 7 points, and I wasn't that much in drawdown, and I really wanted to see it break this. Now you look to the left, you have to understand market structure. You have to be able to read it. This is why I always say it. You can't trade. Don't risk a damn live quarter in your wallet if you can't understand what's happening right here. If you can't understand what's happening here. If you can't understand what's happening here. If you don't understand what's in this purple zone, why I'm holding it, what I want to see it do in the purple zone, you don't understand how to trade. But no, I'm not trying to say this to bully or curse anybody, but I remember from yesterday we came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down. That's a nasty candles. I mean, those are a few nasty red candles. So I want to see it hold somewhere right here, right? I want to see it hold somewhere right here. Look over here to the left. Sure, that blue line where I put it, you see. And I'll zoom in a little bit more too so you guys are clear. Up, down, and we finally broke it. We had this wicks, and then we had the nasty push up. So you have to look at where the body closures are, where the wicks are. What are the wicks saying? You have to understand. You have to take a look at all of it. Now, my TP, yes, was the bear minimum expectations was to cross the 49,220, but we rejected it, and it was just so shitty because on my broker it just didn't really seem like we had enough of a push. Um, and instead she just turned out to be a pretty bearish day, and that's when I had entered. I started rejecting this area again. It's just support and resistance, right? This is old school support and resistance, baby. You see that? You see this wick right here? That red wick came up. We said no, that's a rejection. We don't want to close down there. We want to come back up because we don't want to go down there. And then you have this nice bearish big candle saying, "Oh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go down there." Then the green candle is like, "No, we want to go back up." But then you see, that's a delete. You see basically a double top of both of those candles. It's right on the fucking line. And look at this, look at this, look at this. Came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down. You see that little gap? This is typically a lunch break. Yeah, it was a lunch break on May 4th. Came up, came down. Oh my god, came up. Double top of the candles again, came down. We finally broke it. Look, 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 look. Double bottoms. Oh, now we're finally support. See? This is how support and resistance works. And then we finally came down here again. This is where I took two buys. One buy was down here. One buy was up here. Now, this is just me being truthfully honest. When I got on the second buy, I wanted to fucking see it rip. But after I got on the second buy, this is why you don't want to chase. I got in drawdown immediately because she wanted to retest this, and you can see it. She maybe on the 1 minute perhaps. Yeah, you can see it. Literally, so this one was like right. It was right here. It was that fucking wick. So as soon as we got in, as soon as I got in, it literally came back down. I know it doesn't look a lot, but man, I got this much in drawdown. Got this much in fucking drawdown, bro. 40 points of drawdown. When you're taking 90, or wait, it was $51 per point. So when you're taking 51 times 40 plus some spread here and there, that was $2,200 in the red. Just so stupid. But I held on to that trade. I did close out this trade early, prematurely. I did panic, but it is what it is. I can always own my mistakes. So, unmute your guys' mic, or if you prefer to talk in a mental chat, either or. I want to answer you guys' question. Honestly, don't know why I didn't close manually. Like, I process this shit so slow. We just went up and watched BE me. So edits Solus Zero. Any questions? I mean Zero. I mean you guys can talk. You don't have to type. I know that's just a preference for some of you guys. Zero. Since you're talking to one, talk to me, man.
I don't really have any questions. To me, I'm just like you've told me like basically everything I could possibly ever think of needing: the risk management, the strategy, the concepts. Like I know everything. I just need to learn how to apply it, and I feel like that's more of a personal learning curve, because you've done literally as much as you could have, right? Like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? So I just need to figure out, I guess, because I don't know what else you could give me.
All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate those kind words. Solus, did you, which is what I strongly suspect, I think you said you took a buy, right? You took a long and then you got out trailing your stop loss aggressive. Is that true? If we go back to my screen, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you, what the fuck? Did you put it back on 1 minute? Did you adjust and trail your stop loss aggressively to the point where either that wick of this green candle at 2 minutes pre-market or that last minute before New York opening closed you out? I'm under that impression, but you gotta let me know, is that true? I just gotta not aggressive, but I put it to BE after a strong move up. So you, I was waiting for your video the whole morning, man. Um, but so wait, did you wait for market opening? What happened? I mean, you answered my trade today, so all good. My self improvements is better. Understand the charts. Yeah, you edits. You looking at your video. Okay, if you can post it here, that'd be great. I don't want to open my DMs, please. So if you can just post it in the mentor chat, I would really appreciate the convenience. And again, if you just want me to just, if you just want to like end this conversation here, that's fine. I know I'm talking a little bit maybe with an aggressive tone. I don't mean to be, you know, calling anybody anything. I promise my intention's in a good place. I know you guys all see that and notice that, and always keep that in the back of your mind. Um, I always get feedback from people saying my shit is so rude. How can I be so rude to people who actually look up to me? I've got that for years. I got that one comment for years. um so fair enough. What time frame is that? 2 minute time frame. So I want you guys, Zero, be honest with me. Do you also use other time frames, whether that's entry purposes, stop loss purposes, trade management?
When I enter a trade, I usually look at the 1 minute time frame on my breaker because
Okay.
I don't even know I do. I think it just soothes me mentally a bit. I know it's wrong, and I try to like fight it, but I
I'm
always
not.
just end
Hey,
up
hey,
doing
hey,
the
hey.
1 minute.
I'm not, and I don't want to say it's wrong. I'm just trying to. I only ever say that use the same time frame that you do your analysis
Yeah.
from, because of the stress and for the sake of you're doing yourself a favor, sticking to one time frame only for the next 5, 10, 15 months, years, whatever, weeks, months, years, whatever. You're gonna have a lot less cortisol. But
Yeah.
if that's what mental clearance that you feel like you crave, for what you feel like you seek, you do you. I'm not. That's more of a clarity thing rather than a strategy thing. I get that. It's all about
Okay.
preference. So, but I know edits has witnessed this, because I still remember that one video, that one trade where you just took a sell off of the 15 minute and you were like, holy shit, it was the easiest trade ever. I think you passed your eval with that, or you were close to passing your eval. So I don't ever want to go below the 15 minute. To be honest, I've worked with a lot of higher time frames, the 1 hour and the 30 minute, for almost 3 years. To use the 15 minute time frame still at times feels a little bit small for me. Um, this is a real thing, dude. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. This is why I blow so many small counts. It's my mental. To be up $40 on a small account flip would be the same as being up like almost 9,000 or 90,000 on my main account, and that could just be an average trade. It's no joke. I'm glad. See, that's now you're understanding it. Um, and there's no advice I can really give you. You just have to focus on the trade, and what you want to see. Now with NAS, you really want to see basically taking profit anything above this. And really, even if you took profit, took your entry from here to up here, I mean, yeah, 30 points. That's kind of feels like peak markets during Biden's economy. That's sucks that we're going back to those days, but I mean, for the past week, or past month, I should say, with the price action of NAS, a lot of people think that Biden markets are 100% better. No, this is peak. This is really good. This is what we loved and praised Biden for, by the way. But whatever had happened, it was almost always guaranteed, just because there were no tweets. So whether you want fast action, whether you want slow action, but it's very choppy. Now you guys are getting a pure taste of what Biden's markets were like. The one time that I sized up today, everything went wrong. Yeah, edits. I just strongly just want to push up, considering the data and what was happening before, because I really feel like you're just looking at basically. If I were to, I'm not gonna do that. I feel like you're strictly just trying to look at what's happening over here, and then it's. I mean, zero. You too. You too. I feel like you're actually a little bit more on the better side in terms of today's analysis. I will admit. Um, I think I'm mixing it with bonfire actually. Where there's so many people who just look at what's happening the previous few candles, and I'm like, no, you gotta look at everything, bro. You gotta look at everything. Um, because that's if you don't understand what was happening before, then you wouldn't understand exactly where to put your stop loss, right? You wouldn't understand where to for sure that you don't want to be in for a buy perspective. If the price action comes down here, you for sure don't want to be in a buy. Um, but Solus, honest opinion, I do think mentally you do need a little bit of because I noticed you're I don't want to say crashing out, but I feel like you need like some fresh air, you know. Um, I know you get where I'm coming from. Um, Given your message that you said this morning, um, and talk to me, man. Really, I'm here to help you guys, and there's only very few people in this whole server I would actually consider as my own peeps, right? So talk to me, but I can only respond whenever you guys actually talk to me to begin with. So how was this? Any if there's no more questions, how was this, man?
Very informative. I mean, as I said, like you've already told me everything I need to know. So this is just like
It's all about
like,
muscle memory, bro.
yeah, like this is just putting in the reps,
Mm-hmm.
just like listening and drilling it in my head. But other than that, I mean, today was very simple for me. You know, I looked at the market. We were going every time we came up, we went down a bit and then we went up more. So as I said, I was expecting longs. My entry just wasn't the best today. I can admit that, but I had the right idea, so
Oh
I'm
yes,
happy with today.
you had the right bias. You three all kind of share similar things in today's similar struggles, whether it was from an entry standpoint or or I think entry wise I don't agree with obviously edits. I mean sorry, zero or Solus. Bias wise, edits was just completely wrong on the day. Sorry, bro. Whether you make profit or not on the day, that it does kind of reveal it, right? But that's just a side of a story. Plus, being unemployed, not a lot of money to put into evals, waiting to be more careful with them. Yeah, I think ever since I heard you talking about getting a job, I wanted to ask you since I saw you posting about it 2 days ago, like how do you feel? Because I know mentally that you guys are a little bit on the younger side. When you get a family, you're like, I need a secured income. This trading thing, what regardless of whether you make 2,000, 3,000 a day, a week, or a month, you're like, I need a job because you know what you need. Um, nah, Edis, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. One of my friends, actually, I just called him yesterday after he's literally my elementary school friend. He just told me yesterday. Actually, gotta go back home and give him and his new fresh wife. Actually, they're freshly wed. I should have said it like that. They've been married. Their first year anniversary was on March 17th. So I just talked to him last night. He told me, good news, pregnancy, right? A baby boy. He does trading, but he he's a little bit older than me actually by 3 years. So he was into the law. He was a police or parole officer. I don't remember which one it was. Then he got into trading. Trading did give him a huge success, and he easily makes 20K a month. But you know what? Because he got a baby boy, for the sake of pension, retirement, especially for his kiddo, he's going back into the workforce. And he said it. He said, I probably want to work night shifts so that way I can see my wife go to sleep, work when she's sleeping, and then when she's awake, I want to be back home. Even if that just means part time shifts. And it kind of just made me also want to remind you guys how much life and priorities change the moment that you actually fall in love, for one. Secondly, when you're welcoming somebody new to your family with your love partner. So honestly, I can't wait. I've never been so bored in my life. So that's all. Then I just want to end this video here. I want to do this more often. I want to, again, I can only talk with whatever you guys post in my DMs, or you, especially if you post over here. If you post over here, I want to do this. I love talking about this on YouTube because, I mean, you guys believed in me. You guys are also, by posting these stuff, you guys, it feels like you guys are investing in me. It's a lot more than just trust, and I don't take trust so lightly. So but yeah, even if I wasn't Nas, there's just no way I would have there's no way I would have basically caught anything above the blue line. I I know myself. I would have panicked, closed out. So alrighty, guys. Definitely more stressful wanting to succeed with all this being in a serious relationship, feeling the stress of wanting. Yes, and when you kind of mature to the point where you're also like, trading is a very emotional game, and then you can't put all your invest your whole living situation, your current present moment that you probably feel like you're in cloud nine. You don't want to give that up and put it in the hands of how you feel at market opening. I don't know how to express it because I hate the word gambling when we're talking about trading, but to a certain degree and at certain points in your life, and depending on one's emotional state of mind, it can easily be defined as gambling. Right? It's people's expectations. Sometimes people get on the charts, they don't understand a damn thing. Even if they understand a strategy and they have a great strategy like IFVG, inverse fair value gaps, where do they take profit? I'll just see it. I'll keep taking profit until she stops dumping. Well, she's bound to be choppy here and there too, right? So I'm gonna upload this video right now. Please show some love, drop some comments and likes. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
No worries, man. Thank you a lot too for the.
Of course.
I appreciate.
Have an amazing day, y'all. Love y'all. Peace out.
It.